Raging Out in Clash. My name is Jen, and I'm here with SK.
Hello, I'm glad you remembered the name this time around.
Yeah. And today, we've done a couple podcasts this week, and we're doing another one today. We've got some more we've got another sneak peek that Supercell has released. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how our leagues have gone and where we're currently sitting. And we're going to talk about just a couple clan updates that we've had going on the last little while. And we might touch upon how we're preparing for the update that's coming out.
Yep.
And that'll be about it, because we need to keep it to an hour.
Yes, somebody has a last-minute hit to do.
It's not me.
Well, you did just as the War General told me to attack late, so...
I did, because if they... Yeah.
Well, why don't we crack into that first before we go into the sneak peek then?
Okay.
So War Leagues. So War Leagues, you predicted 3.
I did.
And I said I wanted 4 because that's what I always want.
You did.
And how many do we have, Jen?
We currently have 4. We actually have done pretty well this leagues. It hasn't been insanely skewed for the other clan in their favor, but everybody except for one of our 7s is going to get their 8 stars, so that's always good. And the good thing that I quite like is we have the opportunity to win another war, this last war that we're in. That's why you're holding your attack, because we have 1 attack left, they have 2 attacks left. The clan is from Japan, so they're sleeping right now. And we're tied at 29. We have 3% more, so if nobody attacked, we would win there. But we kind of don't want to attack right now, just in case they wake up and see, we got to get both of our attacks in to win, kind of thing. So we're just kind of holding out until the last minute on that if we can.
Yeah, and this one will be particularly important because of the way the standings are.
I was just going to say, the way that the standings are right now, we are currently in 3rd place by only 1 star. The team that's in 2nd place is playing the 1st place team.
And they're winning, though.
The second place team can't catch the 1st place team, but the 2nd place team is beating the 1st place team. So we know that the 2nd place team is going to get another 10 stars. So they're probably going to end up beating us. But the thing that I like about this war is we can win this war, have 5 wins, and still not get promoted, which is kind of nice, because if we can stay in Gold 1 for another little bit, so we get all of our town halls sorted that are, upgrading, and if we can get some new ones and whatnot, I think that would be nice. But the thing that concerns me is the 4th place team, because right now we're at 244, they're at 239, and they still have 3 attacks left. We only have 1, and they're definitely going to win as well. And the funny thing about the clan that is chasing us, they did not play against us the very first war. They did not attack.
Had heavily stacked town halls, though. They were, very high town halls, and we did luck out in that they didn't, for whatever reason, they didn't attack on the first day. And then they must have realised and thought, we better stop playing, and every other clan that they've been hitting, they've been going in full on, and it's, you can see how heavily stacked they are by the fact of how quickly they've caught up. They're just basically
they've averaged 33 stars.
Yeah, and then the one that's when they faced the number 1 clan, they lost that one. I was like, good going that time around. And I'm surprised that the clan that we are trying, the one that's in number 2, I'm surprised that they're winning as well. I thought the number 1 guys would beat them.
So did I.
So, because having fought the number 2 clan in the last war, I didn't feel like we were horrendously outmatched.
No, I think that I think that the attacks from that number one clan were a little bit. I mean, obviously they were dipping quite low on us, and that's why they were able to get as many stars as they did. But when they're obviously hitting close to their equal now. So, I mean, they obviously can attack as well.
I mean, it is also telling when you look at the percentage damage. It's something that I've mentioned before, which is, we most of the time we are horrendously outmatched, but the silver lining on it is that we work hard for those stars that we can get, and that's shown in the total percentage destruction. So right now you can see that the clan that's in first has about 8,000%. The one that's in second has about 7,000, and we have about 7,500. So for me that's a better measure. And so I think our clan has done well. Why are you grinning?
I'm sorry, I'm just because you and I obviously do this over Skype, and I just got your notification that asked me, did I pass out?
Well,
we've been having a little bit of communication issues where some of our messages weren't going through, and that is why, because I just got that. So
it was on your end, is what you're saying.
Yep. Well, I think it's on your end too, Shoddy.
I don't think so. Mine was long gone. That message was long sent ago. Anyway, so what I was saying is I think that our clan has done well, and that's shown not only by the fact that we've won 4 wars, but also the overall percentage destruction is on par to how we were. We like to try to win.
I do have an update. The clan that was chasing us, they had 3 attacks left. If they would have 3-starred them all, they would have moved ahead of us by 1 star, and they 2-starred. So now they can tie us on stars, but they will lose on percent because of that 1 war that they missed. So if we win this war, we will be 3rd. We won't get promoted. We'll get the extra batch of medals. We'll get 5 batches of medals to give out.
What? So they win by 1? Wait, what are you saying? Say that whole sentence doesn't make sense.
They had 3 attacks left, and because of the amount of stars that they were behind us, if they 3-starred all of those attacks, they would have moved ahead of us by 1 star. And because both of us would have won our wars, they would have beat us by that 1 star for 3rd place. But because they got a 2-star, they can only get 6 more stars in their remaining 2 attacks, which would tie us both at 247 stars, provided you 3-star as well. But we have more damage destruction, so we would still end up getting.
So you're adding on the pressure, is what you're telling me.
Well, there's a Town Hall 10 if you want to hit it. we use some of our lowers to clean up some of the other bases, so there's a Town Hall 10 if you want to clean it.
Okay. I am disappointed in myself, though, in that I did lose some easy stars. And it does look like that could make or break whether we would have been promoted or not. So I am a little bit disappointed in myself that's occurred.
I think that can be said for a couple. Well, I know that I missed a couple as well, and it's the ones that where you're getting a 99% or 98%, those are the ones that really hurt, because it's just like, a time issue or something like that. Or even if it's, you get a 1-star and you've got a sliver left on the Town Hall and it was supposed to go down, and like, it's tough. And I think everybody feels that.
Yeah. True. Yeah. But I do think that those stars I should have got. And it's hard when you see that it would have made a difference. And contrary to what you were saying, I know that you were disappointed when we moved back down to Gold 1 because you quite liked being at Crystal. So, if we had been promoted, that would have brought us back to Crystal where you like to be.
Yes, but I also like being able. I like playing in leagues and not having us get steamrolled and not having people go back into wars right after that, feeling like, oh, it was, oh, like, just so how devastating leagues can sometimes be for us. I mean, we'll be going in with, higher spirits this time because everybody did really well. I mean, we're possibly winning 5 wars. So it's, I would rather be in Crystal and be able to do that, but I mean, if we have to be in Gold 1 for now until we can, get a few more town halls to replace the ones that we lost, then so be it. I would rather have the extra batches of medals to give to people to reward them for, good wars and stuff like that than not have them. So.
Yep. And so I take it it didn't feel as mentally draining, or as much of a hard slog.
This one, like I said, every war, even our 7s, we had 3 Town Hall 7s in, and even our 7s were able to get stars. There was a couple easy bases where they threw in a Town Hall 6 and a Town Hall 7, I guess just as fillers. But there was a couple bases where there was town halls close to the edge, and there was a couple that left lots of percent around the base. So I mean, they were able to snipe and get their stars. So I was happy about that, because I always worry about the 7s and I feel bad for them. And that's I think the difference between Crystal and Gold is in Gold you can still expect to get a couple, 1 or 2 wars where there's going to be a lower town hall stuck in there at the bottom.
Yeah.
So,
and I would like to also point out that we've done actually not a bad job considering we didn't put an 11 in that we had.
Yeah.
So, we could have probably have been promoted if we had
put that. Yeah, I think we would have been promoted because that would have been one more defense that we might have gotten.
Yeah.
Where
if that
had been able to dip as low to clear one of our easier bases, they would have had to hit a max Town Hall 11.
And if we had the 11 being active,
we definitely would have been promoted.
Because it's not often that, we did, I think this time around, we did have an upper hand with that clan not hitting us in the first day. And that's quite rare. So I feel a little bit, like we squandered that chance as well, and that's why I'm disappointed in that.
We won that batch of medals, and had we not won, like had they played that war, we still would have finished well. We still would have finished in 4th. We just wouldn't have had that extra batch of medals. So I'm glad that they didn't show up because I always like getting my batch of medals, and I like being able to give to a lot of people. So
good. Well, we'll see whether I 3-star or not, and whether they hit us or not. But yeah, I mean, I'll agree, and I say I didn't think it was as much. Like, you didn't see in chat about what the hell kind of matchup was this, So I agree. I think
our 9s were hitting 9s. This last war, our 10s were all able to hit 10s. I mean, anytime you can have a Town Hall 9 hitting a town hall, only 1 town hall above them, or any town hall, if you can have a 10 hitting an 11, that's doable because they practice that in our wars. And it's when you have a Town Hall 9 that needs to hit a Town Hall 12 or a Town Hall 11, that's where you start to lose stars because you don't see that very often.
Yeah. Good. So anything more about leagues other than this particular time round? Those medals will be important. Particularly, I guess this swigs into sort of clan updates, I guess. Particularly given that we've got a fair few that are upgrading heroes, but also a few that have decided finally to get off their ass and actually upgrade their town hall. Now, I say this because, obviously it's partly because of Hammer Jam, but I think I mentioned it in that episode a while back that we're in that unusual position whereby everyone was maxed and none of them wanted to go up. I don't know if we instilled the fear into them, but they weren't moving up anytime soon. So Hammer Jam has kind of helped shake that up a little bit. But on the flip side, it meant that everyone started upgrading at the same time. So, the next few wars, we're going in like complete, oh my goodness, everyone's got a new town hall kind of thing. So, and that's a new, that'll be a something that we've not seen in the clan for a while anyway. So yeah, the medals will help a lot of these players. So it was good that we were able to get that extra batch of medals if we do get that 5th win. And to get third will mean that we do get more medals in that batch. Which is good. So yeah, we've had a 9 go up to a 10. We've got a 10 going up to 11, 11 going up to 12. It's all across the board. So
we've been talking. We had one of our 11s previously go to 12, and then he kind of disappeared after that. And we had our other Max Town Hall. We had 4 Max Town Hall 11s at one point. We had the one that went to Town Hall 12, and we've got the one currently going to Town Hall 12, and our other one left.
Yep, Fleet Type did not do 2 attacks and decided.
Yeah.
Told us he didn't want to play the game anymore, and yet is now more inactive than ever in his own clan. Mm-hmm. So, so, and we've managed to sort of, and I think he's been a good member so far. We've managed to recruit a 12. Those are kind of shock or moments when they last more than like one war. But he's done particularly well in leagues, and I was quite impressed. So we do have that sort of steps in town halls still. It's just that everyone's been moving up. And what I thought was nice is that everyone is supportive of each other upgrading their town halls. I've seen, particularly in chat, people offering to say, hey, when your upgrade finishes, I've got bases to give you that are good in war, and I'm not going to need them anymore because I'll be, the next town hall. Let me know and you can copy them.
I just want to say that a lot of those are my bases that I passed out.
Yeah.
And even
a lot of them are also ones that we failed in war too.
Yes. And even the one that's going to Town Hall 12, he's like, no, I've got, I made sure that I saved this space and saved this space from yours when you were Town Hall 12, because they were good bases. And they were. And I ran them, and they, they defended Town Hall 13s at some point. So it's good that people are willing to, or offering to share and pass those bases down, the ones that have, stuck it out in the clan and have upgraded. And it's good to see that that the bases are still defending, and that people are willing to share their bases like that. Because we're not all, because we do have people that come into the clan right away and are kind of lazy sometimes, and it's just like, well, do you have a good war base? And I mean, a lot of people aren't that willing to just give away a good war base.
Well, I remember when we had this person join, I think it was the Town Hall 9 or something like that, and he was like, does anyone have a war base that I could hit? So you'd put up a challenge or something, or shared, and then he was like, okay, great, do you have another one? And he cottoned on to the fact that he was just like screenshotting them so that he could make them later. So, some people are just lazy, really. You come into the clan and you're stealing all the goods. But I like that hasn't stopped us from sharing with established members. And that's one topic that we can talk about. I had it noted down at some point that we can talk about that, war bases and the how people I'm not a base designer, and it's hard to build bases. Well, it's not hard, but it's just tedious for me. It's not the most exciting thing for me to do. But we can talk about base building at a later point. I can't remember what we're talking about now. So people in our clan are sharing their bases because they're all moving up. So I think it'll be interesting because I hope that it will then encourage more engagement in the chat because people will be on to farm. Because when you're maxed and your storages are full, you don't really have a compulsion to play unless you're pushing or if you're reward. There's not really a reason to hit that multiplayer button. So hopefully that people will start to be more on the game, which is good. But what I have noticed, though, and I think this speaks into the next one you're wanting to talk about, is that so after leagues ends, we normally have a little reminder because at that point you get your medals and whatnot, and people have been warring for 7 days straight, and they might have then gained enough Dark Elixir at that point. So a lot of people like to put the heroes down right after leagues, and I don't think that's an unusual thing for us or any other clan. But this time around, there's actually only been one person who has opted out and started upgrading their heroes. Whereas I expected a lot more, and I think that's because of the update that's going to hit. The reductions in heroes costs and times. So I think a lot of them, which is good that they're thinking about it, they're kind of playing it smart and that they're not, after they hit heroes down, they're thinking, well, I can save some elixir, I can save some time. Technically, they're not going to save much time because the time that the update drops will be the time that they have saved. Will be more than the time that they would have saved if they had dropped them, now.
Yeah, probably.
It's just the Dark Elixir cost, I guess, is less.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was expecting more people to opt out after this war, but they haven't, so... yeah. That's
good. If we have 15, then we can do a 15. If not, we'll have to maybe find somebody.
We could try, our most recent experiment that we've not talked about, but we can talk about it next time.
I would suggest that we do it this weekend, but I actually have to work tomorrow on Saturday. I usually don't, but being that it was just Easter, we fell a little bit behind, so.
Yeah. But we've not talked about it, so we can, depending on whether we do it or not, we can talk about it at a later date.
We can.
Well, I'm assuming that the update will have dropped by then, so that's probably what we'll be talking about.
I would think that we could probably do that experiment every weekend. Like if we had people come into the clan...
Based on the sample size of one attempt, is what you're saying.
What's that?
Based on the sample size of one try. Well, let's just see, okay? We can discuss it offline because, we've not gone into the details yet. So, let's see first. Okay. Anything you want to else talk about in terms of leagues or clan updates?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, in that case, on to the sneak peek number 3. Have you got it?
I do. All right. Not only will this new feature fundamentally change base building, we've radically altered one of the core characters of Clash of Clans and turned him into a force to be reckoned with. That's right, we're talking about everyone's favorite carpenter, the Builder. Introducing Defensive Builder Huts. When you upgrade to Town Hall 14, you unlock the ability to upgrade your builder huts. After years of having his creation smashed to kindling day after day, Builder has finally decided to transform his humble abode into a tool for retaliation. That's right, builder huts That's right. The builder hut is no longer just an extra damage percentage or the lone building in the corner causing you to get a 99% 2-star attack when time runs out. So it shows you a picture. Once upgraded beyond level 2, the builder hut will actively defend itself with a weaponized turret that shoots invading enemies.
Mm-hmm. It looks a little bit like a mini expo.
I guess, yeah. And with the new defensive builder huts, of course, we have to include a new achievement. So bust this, destroy weaponized builder huts in multiplayer battles. 100 gems, that's not really a lot. A little bit disappointing. So you can upgrade them to level 4. Grab your hammer, builder. It's time to battle. At Town Hall 14, the builder will no longer hide inside his builder hut, and now takes an active role in defending your village. In order to stymie the damage being done to his architectural wonders, builder will attempt to repair nearby defenses during the battle. So that's kind of huge. Although the builder himself cannot be dealt damage, nor can he be targeted by attacking troops, he can be targeted by offensive spells. Poison and freeze spells will slow or halt him from repairing nearby buildings. Lightning spell will cause him to reset his repair target. Builder will cease repairing his targeted building once his own builder hut has been destroyed. Another thing to keep in mind is the builder hut is now a defensive structure and will be targeted by units that attack defenses, such as balloons, hog riders, etc.
Is that all it says?
That's all it says.
Okay.
So that's kind of huge. Like, there's 4 builder huts. So in a war, you're going to have
5.
4 little builders. Or, yeah, 5.
5 builder huts. The auto hut
Possibly
is not.
6.
You can't.
Possibly 6.
No, you can't. It's not.
No?
They've said it's not.
So 5 builder huts. So during a war attack, you're going to have 5 little builders trying to repair your defenses while an enemy's attacking.
Yeah, but I think they must be smart enough to know that. I don't think it's about healing the defense and that defense is going to be fully functional again. I think to full health. I think it's more of a delay tactic. It's almost like a poison to somebody attacking a defense, because the heal is you're healing the defenses essentially, so you're offsetting something that's attacking that defense, right, or that building structure. So I think it's more. I think that the idea is not that it's healing all your defenses and then it's almost like you never attacked. That's not that extreme. I think it's more, particularly with you see the pros doing their attacks, and time can always be a factor, right? And particularly when you're doing queen charges, queen walks, and all that sort of 2-phase attacks, right? And I think that these builders healing or repairing damage is essentially okay, you need to then be more acutely aware of time ticking by, because it's going to take longer to destroy that particular unit. I don't think it's going to be okay, that building's basically invulnerable until you get rid of the builder. I think the damage will still go down. It just goes down slowly. So that's what I think the builder has in terms of the builder repairing stuff. I think that's what that intention is. What do you think?
I haven't watched the video or anything on it, so I'm not sure. What
I would hope they've done, or what I'm curious about, and again, because I like the numbers, even though I couldn't for the life of me understand that chart yesterday, I hope someone's crunched the numbers and there's not going to be an infinite loop of some point whereby, if you had all 5 builders working on one structure, that the the attacking unit that's hitting it is just constantly offsetting. Because I think a lot of the power will come from the fact that, you know, one builder on one building is not going to do much. But what if you have 5 of them? I don't know. I don't know how much it ramps up. I don't know if it's cumulative as well. I don't know if, you know, 2 builders are better than 1. But I hope someone's crunching the numbers and it's not like, you know how sometimes when you had, like, let's say you were doing a witch attack, not that you would know because you don't like witches, but, you know, suddenly your queen walk died and all the healers went to 1 witch. And then the witch is basically invulnerable trying to kill this defense and it just never dies. Right? I hope someone's crunched the numbers and done the maths to say, okay, well, if you've got 5 builders trying to repair a unit that whatever attacking troop is hitting it, there's just not going to be, it's stuck there forever until time, you know, unless, you know, obviously as the attack goes on, that'll change, but I hope there's not a case of that. I also, what do you think about the actual, so we've talked about the healing side, or the healing, it's not healing, the repairing side of the new builder hut. What do you think about the weaponized battle hut?
I think that the meta is going to change back to defense for a while. That's what I think.
Yeah, well, it's always been like that, hasn't it, every time, because you won't have done all your troop upgrades unless you've shamed. Everything will seem like, you know, defense is OP because nobody knows how to build or use the defenses or the troops in the same way.
I'm excited that there's something going on with the builder huts. Finally,
I think it's a nice way that they're trying to avoid the fact of adding additional buildings for percent. Yes. It does make me think, okay, is the lab going to be next? Because is that the only structure left that doesn't actually get weaponized? Everything else is a defense. But I do feel like they thought, okay, the town hall fights back. What else could fight back? And then, you know, it doesn't mean that we need to make the map bigger or we need to make the percentages bigger. So I think that they thought that through quite nicely.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with the spell factory and what they do with the lab. I mean, the barracks down the road, I mean, you don't want to combine things, but I mean, you can always combine the barracks. There's 4 of them. There's 2 dark barracks. You can always combine those into one building or something like that. So yeah, no, I like the look of them, and I'm excited to.
I think from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it does too much damage. I think because, you know, essentially it's still a wee tiny hut that they've put a mini expo on. But I think one on its own is not very... This is where I think one on its own is not very powerful, but if you have lots of them together, it packs a punch. And I don't know why I feel like that, or I'm thinking that. It's just my gut feeling that one might be a bit puny. So you need to group them together. Because I think looking at the stats, and I haven't looked at them in great detail, but I do think it's less than an archer tower. But to be fair, an archer tower is very strong. I think it's comparable to a proper expo. It might be better than an expo, I think, actually. So yeah, I think I would also like to I'm interested, or I hope that someone had some time or had a thought and managed to find some time to change this, but I think it would be really kind of cool if they changed the animation from when you lift up the builder hut. It used to be that he's sleeping in there. I hope they changed that in some way. I'm quite intrigued to see what it looks like when you lift the builder hut now. Is he going to be in his little wee, you know, because he has a little wee sort of chainmail head armor thing now. So will he look like that sleeping? Or, you know, I hope they've sort of followed through and thought through all the builder sort of side of it. And if I lift up that little house, what is he going to be doing? He's probably still sleeping, to be fair.
Well, probably.
But mine will no longer be sleeping. They'll be waking up and getting their stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so it's only for 10 or 14s. So.
Yes, yeah. Another reason why, like I said, I don't see myself staying Town Hall 13 very long once I'm max. Just because, too, like, I want to play. The only thing that I haven't been able to do that I've always wanted to do is push properly in Legends. And now with the new format in Legends, like, you can't do that with a lower Town Hall. You have to be the max Town Hall. So that's the only reason I want to get to end game right now, is because I want to properly push. I want to see if I have what it takes to get at a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
In Legends.
Remind me not to talk to you for like the month that you're doing that, please. Because from past experience,
you don't know.
And why do you feel the need to push up to Legends on every town hall that you have, Jen? And why do I have to be there? Because somebody gets quite competitive and quite, OCD about it.
It's a lot better now. That first time, it was because I didn't know what it took. And now that I've gotten there, I know that I can get there again. I know what it takes to get there. I know what bases that I have to hit. I know just from what you told me, and it's so much easier now.
So if you would only have listened to my advice in the first place.
Yes, I know.
So I went to Champs as Town Hall 7, back in the day when there was no Legends or Titans. And Infernals could not be healed or frozen. So, but it was easier because you could stay logged on forever and you could still actually get defensive for Town Hall, being outside. So, different challenges. Yeah, so do you like the look of the structure?
I do. I like the little chuka things on top, and yeah.
Yeah. So I think it says tomorrow's the last sneak peek.
Yes, and that'll be the owl troop.
Yeah.
We all know it's an owl.
Yeah, everyone, even Supercell, now saying we're gonna talk about the owl. They're not hiding the fact that it is the owl. I don't know, people have said it's like the hero's best friend because it's their pet or something. I don't know if that was April Fool's or whatnot, but I don't know if it's defending or defense or offense.
Well, if it's a new troop, it would be, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So I don't know if, because the way that they could do it is latch it onto the heroes so that, it defends, but you can take it into battle.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that it would balance out. Okay. And I think from what I've seen from people when they're showing the builder huts and whatnot and they're attacking it, they don't show you the troop lineup because there must be another icon either attached to the hero or, whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Even though that hero might not deploy anything, it's still there somewhere.
Okay. I see. That'll be interesting.
But then, yeah, so in that way, the owl can be both offensive and defensive. And not at all connected to the builder hut, mm-hmm. as we originally might have thought. And if it's defensive, then it's not another structure.
Right.
So clearly they thought about this. But yeah, no. What do you think the owl does?
Honestly, I have no idea. Absolutely none. I'm trying to think of all the other things that fly that are in the game and just what they do. But yeah, I have no idea.
First of all, I guess with the whole owl thing, seems odd with the jungle theme. That's my take on it. I'm like, why is there now? Because remember how at the very beginning I thought it's an owl because there's an eagle, right? Mm. and I still don't get why there is an eagle there, why it's an eagle in the first place, but the whole fact that the Town Hall 14 is a jungle theme and you unlock this owl, I don't know what the owl comes in. I don't think the owl necessarily is a jungle theme thing, but I think it would be quite nice in terms of what owls do, what birds of prey do, right? If, let's say, you're doing falconry or whatever, that kind of stuff. In my head, I'm imagining, what would be nice is that's almost like an addition to scouting. So, it would be cool if, I don't know, that owl, sorry, could scout, and I don't know what I mean by scout, but I don't know if it's like it could give you information tells you what in the CC troop or something. It would give you some sort of information in terms of what's in the CC.
Maybe.
But that's just me picking an idea out the wind, just because I'm imagining this owl flying over the base, right? So, but I don't know if. Would it be attacking? I don't know. Owls don't really, is it going to pick up a goblin?
The only thing that I mean, owls come out at night. That's the only thing. So I had figured maybe they were going to do something with a night scene,
like the builder base.
Make the village get a little bit darker when you're using the owl, kind of thing. I don't know.
Oh well, yeah. Or I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be for. I look forward to being surprised and hopefully excited. But who do you think is going to get it? Unless they all have an owl.
I don't know. I really don't know. When the new troops come out, I never have any kind of idea at all.
Well, the warden already has that pirate holding on to him, and he's the pirate warden. So
but that's just a skin. Yeah.
Yeah, but assuming the owl, there's gonna be some animation where you activate the owl or something. I don't know. Then there's gonna be some sort of animation of the owl doing its thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow in the sneak peek.
Yep. We'll have to get together again and have a quick one again about what it finally was and how wrong I was. But yeah. Shall I let you wrap up with a Can't Fix Stupid?
Yes, we do have a Can't Fix Stupid today, and I have it, and it was just, I'm still shaking my head because I just don't understand. We had this Town Hall 7 in leagues. He didn't play any regular wars with us. We put him in leagues, and at the beginning of leagues, I always send out what our rules of play are. They're to be followed. If you have any questions, you're always to ask. And that's just, I send it out. It's the same rules that we have for our regular war. And, I mean, one of the rules is always take max CC troops, CC spells, and always have your heroes. I mean, that's just common sense.
And a full army. Yeah.
And, I mean, that's just common sense, right? When you're doing a war attack. And I also send out a mail right before league starts, just reminding everybody, because we had a few new people in the clan, just reminding everybody that everybody is expected to participate in leagues, which means your heroes need to be up and ready. And it's a point where people like to put their heroes down before leagues because that's when the season ends and that's when they have all the dark elixir and all the resources for it. But just to make it fair for everybody, because we're always so short on numbers, we say that heroes can be done as soon as leagues end. And that's why we always send a mail as well before the last war. If you're going to do your heroes, do your last attack early so you can get that extra day in, of the hero upgrade. So We do rotate the Town Hall 7s, but I rotate them at the beginning of the next war. So as soon as the next war ends, or as soon as the next war begins, before I even do the attacks, I look at who's got stars in the list to see who's behind and whatnot, and I'm always doing the roster before I even start doing attacks. That's the first thing that I do. So there should be no excuse when it's like, okay, you know, you can see if you're in the next war as soon as you go to do your war attack, and for whatever reason, this Town Hall 7 decided to put his king down during leagues. And Town Hall 7, not a big deal. It's, I think, a 24-hour upgrade, if I remember correctly. And he made some kind of comment about, oh, I don't need to, I'm doing a hog rush or something, so I won't need my king. And
I've never heard of a hog rush before. That's...
Yeah, one of our co-leaders had said, you know, you got to follow the rules of play. It's in there. And I said to him earlier, too, I said, it's just, you know, a common courtesy when you're upgrading a hero just to let somebody know that you're doing that and whatnot. And I said, you know, during leagues is probably not the best time to be doing it anyway.
I think because he's also going to be late on his attack, and because he's at the bottom.
You know, as a Town Hall 7, you need to be attacking the earliest in war, and now you're going to be 6 hours late, like, into war because you've got to wait for your king, because I asked him how long he had left. And he didn't comment after that, so I was just like, whatever. And then he went ahead and did his war attack without his king, and he came out, and I didn't realize at first. I had just seen that he got the 1-star. He's like, he came out and he's like, yeah, ha ha ha, I didn't even need my king, but it was close. And I'm like, what? And I said to him, and I said, I sent out the mail before leagues that everybody was to be expected to be in and more ready with their heroes. I said, I sent out the rules of play, which has in there what you're supposed to use. I said, you even had a co-leader telling you not even 3 hours ago that you needed to use have your hero. And I said, I even said in chat that, you're going to have your attack's going to be late because you got to wait for your king. And I said, I just don't understand why you attack without your king.
Because that's like a big shiny red button that says don't press it.
And it was funny because, I mean, if you do something stupid like that in war, it's usually like insta-kick, right? So our co-leader that was on, that had been the one that talked to him, was just like, see ya, like,
He knows the drill.
Gonna kick him, right? And I didn't. I wanted to see what he said because I couldn't understand why he attacked without his kid. There was 4 instances where he was, reminded or told that he had to have his king.
And he made it all the way through to the last war hit in league.
Yeah. And I didn't understand. And I said that to him. I said, I am so confused. I said, I don't understand what you were thinking. And he's like, okay, I'll just leave. And he left. Like, I couldn't even say, like, no, don't, just don't let it happen again or whatever I was going to say. He just left. I was just like, okay. And then the funny thing about that is, I mean, obviously this whole underage thing in the clan, if you swear it does the little asterisk-y things. Our co-leader was like, was he the guy? Was he the underage guy? And then he said, shit, in clan chat, and it appeared, and it was like, yep, guess it was.
It was like, can we swear again?
Yeah.
I mean, not that we swear a lot, it's just,
No, it's just, yeah.
That's the true way to test it sometimes, because you don't know which word is going to not hit that button. But yeah, I thought that was funny. It was almost like, oh, something's happened. Somebody's left. Is he the guy that's, underage and stuff like that? So it was quite nice for a while when people were flaking out. Why are you shaking your head? Is there no pressure on me anymore? Oh.
They attacked.
See, I told you they were just waking up.
Dirty buggers, they attacked.
Right.
They're number 1. They're number 1, 2-starred. and they're number 3 to start as well.
So by one.
By one, yeah.
1 star. Well, that's annoying.
And that is annoying because our Town Hall 10 that did quite well throughout all of leagues got a 99% 2-star on his attack. And it wasn't even a max Town Hall 10. So, you'll see that.
Okay, well, I'll let you wrap up and I'll just, do my attack with no pressure, but no win.
So, we'll probably do another podcast tomorrow or Saturday, tomorrow or Sunday, sorry. Just a quick one before the update drops, just to talk about the sneak peek that we'll have tomorrow. And we will see how many we have for our first war back. Just a reminder, we've got 6 wins in a row, so we'll be trying to continue that streak. And then we'll be looking forward to Monday or Tuesday when the update drops. So until then, we will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.